So every time we start someone with joint mobility, we have to like move your joints in isolation, because if they can't move in isolation, then they're not going to work together, right? That's kind of the problem with most people, is they don't know how to move their bones one another. So what I want you guys doing is getting your foot into this position, and what I want to see is your shin moving separately from the rest of your leg. Okay, and you're gonna feel your hamstring contributing to that. So like you'll see every time I rotate, my hamstring kind of clenches, and then every time I rotate the other direction, my hamstring clenches on the inside. If you put your hand behind your knee right here, you're gonna feel two tendons, right? One on the outside, one on the inside. When you rotate outward, I want you to feel the outer tendon contracting. When you rotate inward, I want you to feel the inner tendon contracting. If you feel just your ankle, relax your ankle. You're dorsiflexing it too much, right? We want the ankle relaxed. Think about separating your knee from your ankle and your knee from your hip. So right here, we're pivoting yourself. Rotate away from my hand. Do you feel this outer hamstring contracting right there?
Right here?
Yeah. Put your hand on it, you can feel it tense. Then when you internally rotate, do the same thing. You feel that inner tendon. Try to squeeze that harder, that right there. Remember when we did shoulder stuff, I told you to tense your shoulder and rotate? This is the same principle. You need to learn to irradiate tension as you move your bones. So same thing, contract, rotate, rotate, rotate. Can you be more deliberate with that? Yes, you see how you can squeeze that harder? Now internally rotate, do the same thing. Right there. Go again, externally rotate, but keep the tension there. Now internally rotate. It's kind of awkward, right? Keep going, keep going. You got more, squeeze it harder, squeeze it harder. That, you feel that difference? Yeah. Now externally rotate.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about? Go with that for a moment, keep practicing. Give me 10 reps there. Same thing for you.
I feel it on the inside, but I can't get it.
You can't find the outside. So that's where like your knee has dysfunction on one portion versus the other, and that would like eventually lead to an injury because it doesn't work as well as it should, right? So now rotate away from me. Do you feel that tense a little bit? No?
A little bit right here.
Pull your foot further away from me. So like go this way, but don't let your hip move. You see how your whole hip wants to dump? Rotate further. Do you feel that a little bit more if you hold it? You see how it's starting to ramp up, you feel a little bit more. So now if you feel it like a 3 out of 10, ramp it up to a 5 out of 10. Can you squeeze it harder the same way you would flex your bicep? Can you flex your knee tendon when that bone moves? Do you see what I'm doing right there? And now rotate the other direction and do the exact same thing in reverse. You see what I'm talking about? Keep going back and forth, practice with that, and every time you're doing it, you're just trying to get a deeper contraction. That's all it is. Are you able to do a little bit better here as you keep practicing? Do both your knees bother you or just one?
It's just this one.
Just this one. Try the other one. Now, if you do your good knee and you feel it way more, doesn't it make sense why your bad knee is bad? Because you don't own it. Think about learning to own it. Every time you're doing this, you're trying to take ownership of your knee, and if your bad knee doesn't click right away, focus on that. But use this one to kind of model the bad one.
So you're right here? Your
tendons, the outer tendons of your hamstring. So your hamstring and how your knee rotates, this positioning, is what makes your knee rotate. And I want you to think, anytime you do this type of motion, your knee and shin have to rotate to get your hip to internally rotate. And if you don't have that range of motion, what's gonna happen? Snap, right? Same thing the other direction. Does that make sense? And then when you're running, there's even more velocity, way more force. But if you can't do it in this context, why the hell would it work on a football field? You see what I mean? Like this is easy, or it should be easy. Practice this one. Show me what you got. Rotate the other way. Go again for me. Yeah. Tense it. You see what we're doing right there? Go again. Nice. Go again. How much ankle are you getting? A lot or a little?
It feels like a little bit.
Like 25%? You feeling it a lot or 50%?
Yeah. I feel it.
Now move your knee. Try to untense your ankle. So if you feel your shin firing, you're dorsiflexing too much, right? You're trying to compensate with the ankle and not isolating your knee. So two things of compensation. You can feel your hip wanting to move, right? Your hip is cheating for your knee. What's the other compensation? The ankle cheating for the knee. So your job is to relax the ankle, keep the hip still, learn to rotate, and then ramp up that contraction. I'm gonna have you guys lay on your stomach or stand. Let's do standing first, and then we can try laying on your stomach. Go ahead and stand up and watch me here. Now you're gonna do it in hip extension. Here, watch my shin. Rotate. You kind of see what I'm doing there? We're straightening the knee. All the way up, my hamstring contracts. Rotate. Kind of see what we're doing there? And when I do this, it's all from the shin. I'm not rotating at the hip. You see the difference? We need to pull those two apart. So let's have each of you holding on to this. David, you can come on the other side here. Yeah. Let's start with your right knee. Yeah, so go ahead and keep your knee under your hip. David, I'll come help you in a minute. Just practice it and see if you can get some awareness. Right here, right there. Go ahead and bend your knee right now. So go up the other direction. Now rotate your shin. See if you can practice that. Do you feel the inner portion of your hamstring when you're doing that? Yeah. You do? You see how your knee keeps drifting forward? Don't let your knee drift forward. Bring your hip back right there. Now bend your knee more. Now rotate. So while you're in this position, this is all we're doing. External rotation of this bone, internal rotation of this bone. Okay, you're now training your knee in a different position to help you gain that awareness that you struggle with. You said you needed practice, right? Like I told you need practice. You're like, I don't know how to do it. This is another way to practice, a different skill, different part of that skill. So hold this, rotate the other way. Yes, right there. Now rotate the other way. Right there, good. Rotate the other way. Good. Rotate the other way. Now do it on your own. I'm gonna let go of your foot. Rotate the shin. Rotate the shin. Yes, do you feel the outer hamstring tensing there? You see what we're doing? Yeah. Now rotate the other direction. Yep, not through the hip, you had it. Keep going, more through here, more through here. You feel the inner hamstring contract right there.
I feel like I'm about to get a cramp.
A cramp, good. If you start getting cramping, that's a good thing. That's new tissue being trained. Rotate the other way. Go, more, squeeze, squeeze, bend your knee more. Yes, you feel that contracting. Yeah. Now internally rotate. More, 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 good. Now externally rotate. Keep practicing that for a minute. If you want to switch legs, you're welcome to. David, switch legs for me. I want to see your other one. So one thing you're doing is you're flexed at the hip. I want you extended at the hip. So this should be completely flat. Bend this leg for me. All you're doing here, right here, is rotating from here, the shin, rotate from the shin, that right there. Squeeze your butt forward more, right there. You feel more hamstring when you do that. Yeah, so hold that, man, breathe through it. If you are cramping, that is an indicator of understimulated tissue and you need to train it. Rotate the other way. Right here, keep it, more at the knee, good. Rotate the other direction, all at the shin. Now bend the knee further and do it, that. Squeeze your butt though. You see what we're doing there? That's hard. Now rotate the other direction. All at the shin. You feel the outer hamstring tensing. Now rotate and do the inner hamstring. Good. Bring the knee back, right there. Do the same thing. Yes. Jaylen, come over here and watch him do it, because I think it'll help you understand. Squeeze your butt forward. You see how his glutes tense right there? His butt's contracted. Bend your knee more. Now rotate from the shin, go the other direction, so internal. Now watch as he externally rotates, go the other direction.
Yeah, I see.
The only thing moving is that bone. You notice he lost the butt contraction. Keep holding that. You see how much you're cramping right there? You're sweating a lot. Look how much this man is sweating, just from doing this. He's sweating buckets and all he's doing is moving his knee, right? It's a hard skill, but it's worth practicing. Just to recap, you moved your knee in this position, right? We're sitting on the floor, you're working your knee, like that. We did it standing with your hip in a different position. And you notice how much your hamstring wanted to cramp every time you squeezed your butt, then bent the knee, your hamstring wanted to cramp like hell. We are gonna forcefully make it cramp the whole time. You're gonna be sitting here bending your knee the same way we did and just holding it. So I'm gonna show you. You're gonna be kneeling. This is for balance. You're gonna extend your hip. You're gonna squeeze your butt. I don't want you losing the contraction in your glute. If you do this, your hip cheated for your knee, okay? That is the most important part right here.
So keep it forward?
The whole time, but not just forward, tensed. You see how my hip is forward? Now it's tensed. There's a difference. I need you tensing it the same way you would squeeze your bicep, squeeze your glute. From here, you're gonna hold. This is for balance. I don't really care how you use it. Whether it's like this, whether it's like this. You're gonna stay here, rotate. But you're gonna feel yourself wanting to do this, okay? I wanna put him through it first, then I'm gonna put you through it. And then you both are gonna do it together. Whichever knee you wanna start on is gonna go down first. I want you to watch how his butt here wants to come out of that position. You're gonna see constantly he's gonna lose that contraction. Okay, that is really important. It's gonna take load off his hamstring. So squeeze your butt and now bend your knee. Do you feel your hamstring contracting right there? Okay, keep your ribs down, tighten the stomach. Good, squeeze the butt. So from here, hold, bend the knee. Do you feel the hamstring engaging right there? Now rotate the other direction. Hold. Rotate the other direction. Don't lose this. Don't lose the butt. You got more in the butt. You got more in the butt. Beautiful. That, right there. You see that difference right there? It wasn't a lot, but he lost it. Now rotate. Rotate. You feel the tension go to the inner portion. Now rotate. Yes. Now rotate. All the way in. All the way in. Don't lose me. Squeeze harder. Squeeze harder. That. Now rotate. Good. Now rotate. You see how you're starting to lean forward? Reset. It's okay. Again, tighten the abs. Hold on to this all that you need. Squeeze the butt. Find that rotation. Now rotate the other direction. Good. Rotate the other direction. Good. Rotate the other direction. Good. You see how he's glitching? He's kind of skipping through it. It starts glitching. And so I want you thinking, you go and relax that. If you're like glitching every time you're doing it, your knee's doing this, right? Every time you're rotating, you're like this. It's not like smooth quality movement. I want you practicing how well you can rotate it smooth. Think like you're trying to move like a robot. Quality of movement will carry over to your other exercise. So initiating hip extension. Find the glute. You found the glute contraction. Now bend the knee. You feel the hamstring. Add rotation. So from there, you should feel the hamstring contracting with the butt. Don't lose this. Now internally or externally rotate. Rotate the other direction. Don't lose the glute. Rotate, rotate, right there. Now internally rotate. All through the shin. Good. Now externally rotate. Keep that glute though, more. You have more at the butt. More at the butt, run away from me here. That, man, you see how much harder that is for you? Don't lose me, keep going. Don't make me keep touching your butt. I'd rather not, come on. Now internally rotate. Internally rotate, come on, more. Now externally rotate. Tense this more, you're losing me, you're losing me, you're losing me. Good. Keep going with that, Jaylen. Find yourself, you cramping? I don't care, keep going. Bend it, rotate, right there, hold it. Squeeze this more, squeeze the glute, you got both, you got more in the butt. Right there, now internally rotate. Good, now externally rotate, go the other direction. Nice, rotate, don't lose me, don't lose, you cramping? Gotta work on that. No, it's not. One more good effort, one more good effort. Get back into it. Initiate hip extension. I know, they're falling all over the place. Contract the glute, right there. Don't lose that hip extension, man, own it. You want your knee pain to go away, we gotta train it like that. Come on, now externally rotate from here. All from the shin, don't lose the glute though. At the same time, maintain the butt. Don't lose yourself here, go again, reset. Reset, I got you. Nice, internally rotate, don't lose me. Don't lose me, don't lose me. Bend it, man, bend it, bend the knee. Now rotate, externally. Internally. Bend the knee more, you got more, don't lose the glute, don't lose the glute. Come on, right there. Now rotate. Good. Now rotate, squeeze the glute, squeeze the glute, squeeze the glute. Done.
Hold on, man, the knee was over here.
Yeah, you can see he was moving his hip. He was moving his hip a lot.
That side, but the front one, man, the leg, it went over here.
He's cheating a lot.
What is that?
Look how much he's sweating. Finisher, same thing. Knees at 90 degrees. Right angle. Make sure the ankle isn't doing all the work. Rotate. Rotate. Watch your hip. If you need to hold yourself, hold yourself. I don't want you to have to though. Right now you're using a training wheel. That's okay for right now. Huh? It should get easier. You hit more shots. right? The more you hit the free throw, the easier it is to hit the free throw. Keep going for a minute. Rotate, think about pulling your heel back into my hand as you do that. Does that help you at all?
Yeah.
So push, yeah, so now keep doing that and now rotate. If it helps you at all, David, he's pulling his heel back into my hand. So think about sliding your heel back as you do it. That helps you initiate the hamstring. Try your other one. See how much different it feels. You said it felt a lot easier. It should. And if you still have a hard time with it, then we just need to keep practicing. Because we just did one 30-minute workout. You know what I mean? Like, it really wasn't that much. If you do this for a whole season, a whole off season, your knee would be a whole lot better. Say it again. So if you're cheating too much at the ankle, you're gonna feel it starting to like accumulate, right? Starting to compensate. And so then you might need to work on ankle mobility too, and learning to relax that so that you can work on this separately. So this should be part of like your warm up. If you're doing it at home, like I said, you could do it daily too. Like just like how if you like feel the need to like move your neck, like your neck is stiff and you just feel like moving it, your back is stiff and you're like moving your back, that's how you move your knees. Huh? Yeah, knock out a quick 10. You ever see people like their wrist hurts and they start like doing this? It's the equivalent for your knee. Does that make sense? Yeah. Good job. We'll do this again at some point.